Adding the same actions to multiple scripts can be quite time consuming. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can call one script from another to make sure you only need to add your actions one time in a script, and then as soon as you need them, you can execute that script from any other script that requires the same actions. In a previous video, we created an automation script that interacts with Singular Live to show or hide an overlay on a video stream. Now I will create a script that actually checks if the stream we are sending towards Singular Live is running or not. Let's connect to DataMiner Cube and start creating this script. So as a short recap, I have my Singular Live overlay action script that gets a Singular Live dummy and the action we want to do. And then based on the action, we will set a parameter on our Singular Live element. Now, what I want to do now is actually check if the stream I'm sending to Singular Live is running. I have two elements for that. These are actually VLC streams. So if I open my main stream element, you can see the stream I'm sending to Singular Live is running. That's what I will want to check now in my automation script, because if my stream is not even running, then there's no point of executing the Singular Live action in the first place. I'm not going to extend the script we already have, because the script is running fine on its own. Instead, I'm going to create an additional one. To do that, I will select my Singular Live folder, right-click, add script, and I'll call this one Singular Live overlay stream, because here we are going to check the actual stream. The first thing I'm going to do is again add my Singular Live dummy. And I'll also need a second dummy, because now I also need to interact with my stream element. I'll call this one stream. Now you can see I have two configuration elements, because I have a main and a backup one. I will now select the main as configuration element, just to be sure that I can correctly select the parameter descriptions as they are defined in the main element. Of course, I also need my action parameter, because I still want to be able to execute the correct action in Singular Live. And I'll link this to my values file. Let's save the script now. Okay, the first thing I want to do is check if my stream is running or not. Depending if it's running or not, I will either want to execute or not execute my action. So we will need to start again with a condition. I'm going to select if again, and we are going to check a parameter from our stream element. Now I'm going to select stream, then the state. My indexes are populated because I have defined the configuration element. I only have one entry, so it's my stream. And if it's equal to running, then I will want to perform my Singular overlay action. If it's not running, then I'm simply going to exit the script for now, with a failure saying stream is not active. Now, how do I call this script from this one? I don't want to start adding all these actions to my second script again, because I already have this working perfectly fine. To do that, I can actually call one script from another. Now, instead of adding that call here, I'm going to add it here, because I want to show you how you can logically group your actions together and make your scripts more readable. So what I will do here is add a label, and I'll call it execute Singular Live overlay action. And now to call this part of my script from here, I can select a go-to action. If I then specify the same label, what will happen is, if my stream is running, it will go to the section with label execute Singular Live overlay action. So now I can actually call my script from here, and when it's running, it will automatically execute these actions. So to call a subscript, I select script, and then I need to define what script I want to execute, in my case, the singular live overlay action, and I will also need to pass the dummies and actions that are defined in my subscript. In my case, my singular live dummy is the same one as I provide in this script. And the action, I want to use a parameter for that because I also have defined the action parameter. Now, these options, we have seen them a couple of times already. Now they start to be important when we are calling a subscript. The first one, wait for the script to finish before continuing, means that if I would have additional actions in my main script after calling the subscript, if this one is selected, these actions will only be executed when the subscript has been finished. If I don't select this option, then my script will start my subscript and my actions in my main script will immediately continue. So depending if you need your subscript to be done first, you can either enable or disable this option. Another option that makes sense now is the lock elements and force lock elements. Whenever you're working with elements in a script, you can decide if you want them to be locked, so other operators or scripts cannot change settings in them. And if you lock them, you can also force lock elements in case they are already locked by another script, for example. You'll see that this option is also linked to the locked. Whenever an element is already locked by another script, you can choose if you want to wait until that lock is cleared and then start your script, or if it would be locked and you don't want to wait, then it simply will not run that script. Another option here, mark dummy elements in use once task is active and scheduled, means that elements that you use in your script will be marked as in use, but that is only available when starting your script from a scheduler task. So this one is not that important, but I do want to explain what it does. For now, we will leave the settings as is, and we will save our script. My main stream is currently running, so if I now execute my script to hide the overlay, for example, my script will be running fine. If I now pause my stream and execute my script again, you will notice that it gave a failure because my stream is not active. So checking if my stream is running or not is already working, and the subscript is also being called. Now you know how to use subscripts. It should be quite easy to only add one script with all your logic and use it multiple times from different other scripts.